Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today and do a get ready with me, and I'm going to be using products from my stash. I every month have started testing out or reusing products from my stash, trying to decide, do I still love them? Do I not still love them? Should I clean them out, keep them? So I have my basket of my stash, and we'll just get ready. And then there's going to be heavy emphasis on a hooded eye tutorial with the soft glam. I recently did a get ready with me hiding shadows, and I had some requests to do that eye look. So I'm going to replicate that eye look and try to get as close as I can, and I'm going to jump right into this. And start with my sunscreen, and I'm using the Nivea Sun Protect Water Gel. If all you want is the eye look, I'm going to timestamp that right here. I get 2 full pumps of the water gel. And then I'm going to use something that's giving me fits. The Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I've used this several times this month as a luminous primer, and it is beautiful when it goes on, a lot like the Becca backlight that I love, but it feels like through the day, it feels heavier than the backlight, and it feels like it maybe comes through my makeup a little bit more. I'm going to use this again today and try using a little bit less of it. Maybe I'm using too much. If you've used this, tell me what you think of it. I just don't want to give up on this one, y'all. I don't know if it's the packaging, that it's Charlotte Tilbury. Her packaging is just beautiful. And I'm just putting it on my cheeks because that's really the only place I want luminosity. And then I just use my fingers. For color corrector, I have been using from my stash the Benefit Boing. Not that crazy about this, y'all. It's not as good as my MAC Studio Finish. It's not as good as my NYX. I do like the color of it. And then I'm going up onto my eyelid. Yeah, I'll keep y'all posted on what I think of the Benefit Boing. So far, it's not knocking my socks off. Okay, to blend that out, I'm getting my mid-size beauty blender, and I'm just spraying it with MAC Fix Plus. Then I'm going to highlight the center of my face and cover any shadows. Y'all, I have found something I love for that. Since that last video, this Naked Skin color correcting fluid. One of you girls told me about this maybe a year ago. To cover shadows, this is great. And I'm just going through any darkness on my face, down here around my mouth. And then where I want to highlight in the center of my face. Oh, and then I really want to go for that dark circle more. Then I'm getting a big beauty blender, damp, and I'm just going to blend that out. This is not a shadow video, but this is what I do every day. Not going too close to my eyes with my face beauty blender because it's got product on it. If you have sensitive eyes, watch that. Now we've color corrected under our eyes. Going to use a concealer, and I don't have any from my stash. I'm going to use my new Absolute Top, and that is the Super Stay. This stays all day long, y'all. I never have to touch up, and I'm just going right here on that dark circle that is so stubborn. Then around my eyes, I like to spray my beauty blender with the Milani Make It Dewy. And yeah, it just makes it nice and smooth under there. To set my under eyes, I'm using what I'm using up, or using all the time, the Huda Beauty and Sugar Cookie. And I'm getting my little beauty blender and just tapping the end of it in there, and then starting kind of down at the dark circle. Okay, now, since I'm testing out the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, I want to use a foundation that I know how it wears through the day. So I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear. And I know this usually stays good all day long. So we'll see how it wears with the Flawless Filter. And I like to just put this right on my face. And I'm spraying my damp beauty blender, again with the Fix Plus. And then on my forehead, I'm just using the residue of what is already on my beauty blender because I don't need that much coverage on my forehead. That makes it feel like it stays so much cleaner through the day. Okay, hang on. I'm going to go pin my hair back. Then I'm getting my Huda Sugar Cookie again for my shadows around my mouth and through the center of my face to highlight. And then to set the rest of my face, I have started using up the Coty Airspun. This is in my use-ups now. I'm just going to dip my damp beauty blender in here. Okay, then I'm going to get out the brushes I'm testing out. I got the Lisa D1 Favorites from Louise Young. I'm going to use the powder brush LY05. It's nice and soft. Then I'm getting out the eye primer that I'm using up, and that is the Smashbox 24 Hour. I love it. I do like to say I don't love it any more than my CoverGirl Lid Lock, though. And this is way less expensive. This makes my eyeshadow go on great and stay on great. Then I'm getting my small beauty blender again and blending that out. I'm not dipping my brush into any powder, but with any residue. Just kind of setting that down. Okay, then I'm going to do a bronzer and contour. And I think I'm going to use this Lancome Lumiere. This has a little bit of a red underneath it. It kind of reminds me very much of the Milani in 02. And I'm going to use this brush from the Lisa D1 collection. This is the LY49. I always use whatever bronzer I'm using for contour too. I don't take the time to get out a true contour. And it's right there. Make sure I keep it up, pretty high. Don't want to drag my face down. And then tapping in there pretty good, but tapping it off. And then I'm laying it on its side so I get a sheer, I don't remember how this goes on. This is so pretty. It just makes me look like I've had a little bit of sun. I like to have a color underneath it, either a red or kind of a pink undertone, cool. Now this is a little small to go all over my face, so I'm getting out my Morphe E3. I love this for bronzer. Tapping the tip of it in. Going over that again, and then just kind of working it up onto the high points of my face where I would get sun. And then blending out through the hairline. All right, for blush. What I'm going to use today is this Laura Mercier in Peach. I loved this several months ago. And the soft glam is kind of a neutral or warm look, so let's do a peach. Yeah, I still love that. It's so pretty and bright. And then getting my powder brush again and blending around the edges. Okay, moving on to the eyes, we're going to use the Soft Glam palette today, focusing on hooded eyes, always. That's what I'm always focused on. And the more hooded your eyes are, the smaller your brush needs to be. My favorite brush to start with on my eyes is the Sigma E47. And I again want to give credit to allll Artistry. She described this in a brush video. I'm going to link it down below. Doesn't matter how hooded your eyes are. What we're focusing on is this bone here and here. Where is my bone? My bone is right here. Anything below that on me is excess. And right here. And of course, all of our eyes are different, but find your bone. Find your ocular bone. Okay, I'm going to start with burnt orange. And I'm going to start with the transition. I'm just swirling the tip of my brush in it. I'm tapping it off. And then I'm starting over here on my outer. I feel for my bone. I'm feeling for my ocular bone. And then I like to tap over along my bone area. So that's where my transition's going to be. Just blending that out. Real soft, and I'm pointing my brush up, still along that bone. I'm going to blend that with one of my Lisa D1 brushes, and this is the LY38B. She uses this probably for her crease, but I like it to blend. I stay on that line, still pointing up, and so careful not to make a mess, and smoothing out the edges. Your edges are always smooth because your bone is a perfect, smooth model to follow. Okay, and then on the outer, I'm going straight out and a little further than my eye to make my eye look bigger. Okay, doing the other eye. And over here on this inner where it's rounded, I kind of swirl a little bit both ways. Get a good round edge over here. Following it around. Now we're going to go into the Cypress Umber. And I'm going to get my Sigma E47. I'm cleaning it off and I'm dipping into that. Okay, I've started doing something kind of new here that I really like. I'm going to start down here at the corner of my eye and I'm going to put a dot. And then I'm just going up in a straight line. And then I'm going to go straight down underneath the outer part of my eye. Pulls your lower and your upper eye, you know, pulls this together. And then I'm going to do my crease. Underneath the bone a little bit and just pressing into my crease. If you tend to have a lot of fallout, be sure and put tape or powder under your eyes. I should have done that. Okay, and then I'm going in little circles out here, very small, to kind of round that out. But we're only going to here. We're not adding to this inner. We want that to stay nice and subtle. And rounding that outer edge, circling both directions. Let's do some eyeliner and then we'll come back and finish up the eyes. I'm getting this side little Rimmel liner. It's what I always pick up. So I'm getting this little black coal Rimmel liner, pressing into my eyelashes and pressing that into my eyelashes so I get a waterline liner effect, but it's not next to my eyes. And then right out here, I'm coming out a little bit, making that like a real easy wing. We're going to come back with some liquid, but let's do a little mascara first. I'm going to start with my Essence Volume Booster Eyelash Primer. Then before that even has a chance to dry, I'm getting up my Essence Lash Princess Sculpted Volume. On my lower lashes, I just do this outer. Okay, gonna let that mascara dry a little bit. Let's do some lips while that dries. And I'm gonna use a Makeup Forever liner for my lips. It's never made it into a video because it's not really a favorite, but it's not really a fail, but I like it. It's a nice neutral liner. That's it. It's a nice, just a real nice neutral liner, but I don't feel like it's any better than like a Rimmel. I'm not overlining because I recently had some lip filler. So I'm just lining along the natural line. And then I don't really know what lipstick I want to use. I think I'll use a Maybelline in Purely Nude. It's real light, but it'll look good with this liner. To create more of a lid, we're going to do our Milk Jumbo Stick down here on the eyelid, and then we're going to blend some more. Then I'm going to get my Morphe M506, and you can tell that's what I use to blend out this Milk Jumbo Stick. And then I'm going over that to soften it with a Sephora Brow Enhancer in Matte Light Pink. Then I'm going to go over this with a little bit of color. Now I'm going to get a liquid liner, and my favorite right now is this e.l.f. Intense Ink. And we're going to do a thin line all the way across, getting thicker out here, and then a little bit of a wing. Pressing into the eyelashes. I don't want to take any lid space. And then I'm coming from the bottom and bringing it up. It's not perfect, but still working on that wing. Then I'm going to get, for a final blend, the Morphe M504. And I get whatever powder I'm using. Right now it's the Cody. Just any translucent powder, and I'm running it around the residue. And then tapping it off, starting up by the eyebrow and coming down. All right, let's do a little bit of highlighter. And what I'm using from my stash this month is the Wet n Wild Precious Petals. I'm not sure how I like this. It's gold. And I think on my skin, I like something a little more just a white. But I'm going to use this. You can let me know what you think. And I'm going to use a brush from the Lisa D1 collection, the LY52. And I do like this for highlighter. And I just put it on the tops of my cheeks. So I'm bounce it in there, and then just right here. Okay, you know what? I'm going to put this on this side. Y'all can tell me which you like better. There's the Precious Petals. And then on the other side, I'm going to put what I'm using up. And that is the It Hello Light. That's the Precious Petals. And then this is the remnants of the It Hello Light. I'm running it around the edges. I just think this might brighten my face a little more. That's the Hello Light. Okay, then I'm getting my beauty blender and tapping. Okay, that's the It, and that's the, I don't know, that's pretty. I do like it. I think I do like the Precious Petals better. What do y'all think? You can let me know what you think down below. Okay, then for setting powder, I'm using the Huda Beauty again on my Louise Young brush, and I'm just, tapping it in there and tapping it off and just buffing. Okay, I'm going to go put on some more mascara and fix my hair, and I'll be back. Okay, I really could have just said I'm going to put my bangs down because I'm headed to the gym, so I'm not taking my ponytail down. But that is really close to the look I had in the shadows video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you if you have hooded eyes. My most important thing for my hooded eyes is the more hooded my eyes are, the smaller my brush. And my smallest brush is the Sigma E47. And then follow the bone. And then add a really light color to the lid to make the lid stand out as much as I can. And that is all I have for you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments and questions down below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye.